Welcome back to the program. As I indicated, Thad Toups, Assistant District Attorney, Terrebonne Parish, is here. And Thad, I want to, Lafourche Parish. I always say Terrebonne, Lafourche. We're kind of like one. But thank you so much for joining us, Thad, and congratulations on your recent award. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, and then I just want to, I don't know if people can see this, and I'm going to hold it up. But I mean, this is really something, and I'll just want to go ahead and read it because it's a national award, okay? And it's a DWI Court Leadership Award, and it's to Louis Thad Toups, demonstrating significant leadership and exemplary performance in the advancement of DWI courts. And this award is given in July 2011. It was actually awarded then, and as you can see here, I mean, this is really a heavy, as you can see on your screen there. Maybe if I flip it around here, you can probably read it yourself. But as you see, I mean, that's just a tremendous award, Thad. Congratulations, and tell me how you feel about it.
Well, I'm obviously very excited about it, and Fred Duplichin, our administrator, called and said one day that he wanted to nominate me for an award.
Right.
And I said, well, sure, Fred, if you have a lot of time you don't need to do anything with,
right.
Go ahead and do it, and so he did. And I just didn't even think about it. And a few weeks later, I get an envelope from the National Drug Court Council, right. And so I'm thinking, well, okay, that's it's a letter saying thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
But
well,
the letter said congratulations,
and I think that's excellent. Now, a lot of people, within the system understand what DWI court is. Why don't you tell us, though, so that our audience can have the benefit of that information as well. Tell us what the purpose is and the function of the DWI court in Lafourche Parish.
Well, the DWI courts are much like the drug courts. That's probably a more common name for it. Our court is a hybrid court, and we take in DWIs and persons that have drug problems. Right. And basically, it's a treatment situation. Someone comes in, they have to plead guilty to the charge, they are put in probation, and then they go through the program. And the program takes a minimum of 1.5 years, and they have a maximum of 5 years because they put on 5 years probation. And so, during those however many years it takes them to get out, there's treatment, they go through just a expansive regimen of things that they have to do on a weekly basis. They come to court on a weekly basis. They go through between 3 and 5 urinalysis a week. They have to go to counseling sessions, to AA sessions, and they have serious restrictions. They can't obviously drink.
Right.
They can't go into casinos. You have to do everything, do it on time, and if you don't, there are consequences.
And if I'm not mistaken, just from knowing the kind of the history of it in Lafourche and Terrebonne, actually, because they do have a similar court, Judge Walker. Who handles the one in Lafourche as far as on the judiciary?
Well, Judge Barbera is the judge now, but unlike in Terrebonne, Judge Walker's handled it from the beginning. We've had several judges. Judge Ernie is the original drug court judge, right. and he's the one who really came up with the idea of why don't we have a drug court. So, whenever I think about drug court, I think about Judge Ernie, sure. Because without him, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
But after Judge Ernie, Judge LeBlanc took it over, and then Judge LaRose, and then Judge Simpson, and now Judge Barbera. And it really depends on the judge as to how long he wants to keep it.
Right.
Most of our people have gone between 2 and 4 years.
Okay.
But it really takes its toll on the judge. I admire Judge Walker for being able to do it as long as he has.
No, and he's done an excellent job here in Terrebonne Parish, as you know. Now, let's talk a little bit about, the purpose of the court obviously is to help these people so that hopefully they don't commit the offense again. Tell us about the success rate, though, that y'all have in Lafourche Parish.
Well, yeah, I think looking at that award probably tells you our success rate is pretty good.
Sure.
Because that award was not won just by me. That really is should belong to everybody associated with our drug court program. Sure. But our recidivism rate has been just phenomenal.
Right.
I don't have statistics from the general population and so forth, but you're a lawyer, you're in the DA's office, right. You know that the people you see again and again and again. Right. And as of about a year ago, after 10 years, our recidivism rate was around 10%, one of the best in the country.
Sure.
And that's something that we're very proud of, and it's something that just shows the success and the dedication of especially our counselors. Right. That work in the program.
Well, yeah, and I mean it shows that the people aren't given a free ride because they have to work. I mean, they have to earn to get to get where they're going to get, and the fact that they don't repeat the offense is really a credit to their hard work as well.
Jimmy, it's tough.
Yeah.
If they told me do this tomorrow, I don't know if I could do it. I mean, it's just something that we expect them to either be working or be in school. They they have to do the things we ask them to do, and if they don't, there are consequences. Now, there are, there's reasons behind what we ask them to do.
Sure.
But, for instance, if they're late for a meeting, that's a responsibility. And so there might be community service involved for being late. They test positive, certainly there's either community service or some jail time. And so, the sanctions go up as the number of sanctions increase, until, unfortunately, some people don't finish and they are sent to prison.
Right. And those are the ones that obviously, you can't, at least you can't help anymore. But the ones that do, which is like 90%, obviously benefit and actually, benefit tremendously, turn their lives around.
It teaches them how to deal with their problem and how not to just simply give in to it. And that's something, even with the people that don't graduate, the people that go to prison, they learn something. And perhaps they weren't totally successful, but I think, they still learn something that will help in the future for them to be productive members. And that's what it's all about. Yeah, I mean, it's great helping people, and it's great, seeing people get back on their feet and doing things, but it's not good only for them. It's good for all of us.
Sure.
And, money-wise, it's a lot cheaper to treat somebody than it is to put them in prison.
Right.
So, we, in this time of economic stress that we're all going through, the state saves a lot of money by promoting the drug courts and putting people in this treatment. And then hopefully them not coming back a second time.
Right.
So it really is a win-win for everybody. And the drug courts have been around now for about 20 years. It started in the early 90s in Miami, and they've proven everywhere, time and time again, it's a viable alternative for people that aren't are not dealers or not. People that go out and shoot people, violent people,
right.
But people that just get caught up in can't get out of that morass that they're in.
Sure.
So we're very proud of our drug court.
Well, no question about it, and it shows emphasis that the district attorney's office has. Cam Movant, obviously,
yes.
It's got to be a point of emphasis, to put the resources of an experienced attorney like you as well, in charge.
Well, I couldn't ask for a better boss.
Yeah.
Cam has done a great job of picking the things that he knows are going to work and the things that he wants to work. And when I was hired on by him, he said, "What do you want to do?" And I said, "I want to be the drug court
right.
guy. I want to continue doing that." I've been involved since day one in helping establish the court and then kind of going through the growing pains and so forth. And it's something that I really felt deep in my heart that that I wanted to do, and almost like I had a mission to do it.
Yeah, well, great.
And Cam was kind enough to let me do it, and he's, like I said, a great boss because he lets me do what I think is the best thing to do.
Okay.
And
very good.
Great situation.
Well, good. What we need to do, we need to take a break. We're going to continue our discussion with the Lafourche Parish Assistant District Attorney Thad Toups in recognition of the recent national award that he has received for his efforts with the DWI court in Lafourche Parish. We'll be right back.